Is it somebody right on my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers. And how are you guys today? Well, honestly, I'm here to talk about the mess that Coachella was. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about somebody who was a headliner at Coachella and has gotten mixed reviews, and that is Justin Bieber. The big Coachella, the big Justin Bieber comeback that everybody was waiting for, anticipating for, happened on Saturday 11th and again on Saturday the 18th. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet and you would love to go see Justin Bieber, because allegedly he doesn't have a tour lined up for this year. Apparently, this is the only time you're really only going to see Justin Bieber in 2026. But if you like live in Los Angeles or like California, you could like go over to the Roxy or the Troubadour. I hope I pronounced that right. It's like smaller venues where Justin Bieber allegedly be playing. And I did check his Instagram account, and that's why I had to check if he was touring. So I was just like, before he even got on Coachella, I saw him on stage. So because of that, I feel like a lot of people are expecting these small little venues to be like the big like come up, like what is it, the hype to get everybody excited for Biebercella, Jacella. What, I'm not sure what they coined Justin Bieber's Cella. However, fans are in a split, a mix, a 50-50 because Justin Bieber not only performed, well, first off, before I even get into the criticism he had, this is a 90-minute performance. He was a headliner, but the headliner to close Coachella for Saturday night as well. So because of that, his performance, I heard, was in the 11 o'clock hour. Like, was it 11:30-ish, 11:50, 11:40, something around that time, 11:20. I'm not quite sure, but around that period. However, he had a 90-minute set. Yes, 90 minutes. That is amazing. This is like a great, tremendous step for Justin Bieber moving forward when it comes back to being in the music industry, although he doesn't feel as though he can fully commit to a tour. So I guess this was his way of, hey guys, if you want to get the Bieber experience, come to Coachella. And that's exactly what he did. He gave you guys the Bieber experience. And it was, as I heard, he had a YouTube themed performance for Coachella. Now, let me break this down. He had 30 minutes. So that's an hour and a half. 30 minutes of that hour and a half was dedicated to 13 songs that had a backtrack. So that was like the very beginning of the show. So it's not like he just popped that on us at the very beginning, apparently. So because of that, there was backtracking. He was doing his newer songs off of Swag 2, the newer Justin Bieber we heard. However, that was just 13 songs. He did like at least 30. So that's like half his catalog right there. So I don't even see how fans can somewhat be upset about what this was going on. However, the next hour was dedicated to the fans. Literally, think about it, guys. It was dedicated to the fans. He was live streaming it. And on his live stream, whoever was in the live chat got to type in request songs, and Justin Bieber would perform it for you live at Coachella. I mean, this is like amazing. This is Justin Bieber is giving back to his fans and his community, and it is really beautiful to see. But also, he's very innovative. He's very and Vanguard, and before he like thinks ahead of his time. That's what it is. He's like because this is brilliant. This is genius, because we got to hear, it's like nostalgia. And honestly, I'm telling you guys, every time I see this theme, I'm going to bring it up until it's no longer a thing. We are going backwards in time, guys. I'm not kidding you. Because of that, Justin Bieber is going back to his old days. Miley Cyrus did it with her 20th anniversary for Hannah Montana, and here goes Justin Bieber going back to his YouTube days where he got discovered. And through there, he's playing YouTube. He's playing old Justin Bieber songs, Baby, and stuff like that, singing along with it with Baby Justin Bieber in the background. So he's singing along with himself. So it's like a little duet. You don't get one Justin Bieber, you get two Justin Biebers for the price of one. Just think about that. It was the Bieber experience. That's what I'm gonna call it and coin it, because that's exactly what the vision that I saw that he was doing. However, so this hour he's on YouTube pulling up music. He even wanted to play some funny videos of him falling throughout the years, playing his recent videos of him. You know, you must not be clocking it. So he's like playing and having fun with us on stage and enjoying it. And there was even technical difficulties, Wi-Fi problems, loading. Katy Perry's up there enjoying it, saying that she's glad that he has YouTube Premium because she certainly doesn't want to see any ads. So because of that, I totally get it. So it's an amazing experience. It was old Justin Bieber meets new Justin Bieber. And because we know he's on this rebirth, regeneration, new self of his, a new version of Justin Bieber has emerged before us. So for him to go back to like that inner child, or back to the old days where there was some trauma of where he was coming up, brought up, you know, the whole day. So because of all that, you just got to think about that. And he wanted to still go back in those times and say that he still loves Baby Justin Bieber, and that Baby Justin Bieber will forever be with him. So it's just like, you got to think about the symbolism that he was doing. And he prepped us for this beforehand with the Grammy performance. He was solo performing, even though there wasn't a backtrack, as there could have been a backtrack, but he produced his own music. And what did he do here? Well, he might not have produced his own music right there in front of our face, but he did pull up his old music and sung with himself. That's like almost even better. So because of that, I don't see what the big hate is. I think it was really interesting. I'm sorry to those that weren't able to see the creative genius and the mastermind that went behind the artsiness behind it, but I'm glad I got to explain it for you guys a little bit, at least from my perspective. However, I'm here to do a reading on Justin Bieber because, like I said, this is pretty much it. This is pretty much it. And I can't wait to see next Saturday. I'm not even kidding. I want to see if Justin Bieber is going to pull the same stage, or is he going to do something different? Especially now that he's gotten this backlash. It's like, why would I want to do the same set again for the next show if everybody was so divisive about what I did for my performance? But you know what? It's like he was, and then some people are upset. There was like, he was paid $10 million for this low energy karaoke version. But hey, Katy Perry loved it. You know, Hailey Bieber, the whole Kar Jenner was there. I'm sure they was loving it and eating it up. Lewis Hamilton was there too. So, you know, other celebrities too was enjoying it outside of Katy Perry and his close loved ones. So because of that, it's not all hate out there. So I want to pull one card. How is Justin Bieber feeling now that he has performed Coachella? Because I'm sure he was anticipating and waiting for this big day and big moment. And now that it has finally happened, how is he feeling? That's the most important question. He's feeling like the Nine of Pentacles. Now I am going to pull a block, and I want to know, how is Justin Bieber feeling now that he has gotten this backlash? The Ace of Pentacles. Very fitting. So let's see what the pentacles are surrounding. Not the pentacles. Wow, it would be funny if it was still pentacles. But no, we'll just pull cards around to see what else there is. The Seven of Pentacles. The Lovers. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Oh, Oh, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. A little bit of foreshadowing, but honestly, that makes sense since we're talking about Justin Bieber's physical reality, but also just his career and the direction and how he's feeling about his creative endeavors, which we do see fire, which is Wands energy. However, the fact that the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands came out as how he's feeling and how he's feeling starting this Coachella. Like I said, this is a big event. This he hasn't toured in a while. He's done little venues to prep himself up for this big one in front of everybody. And now he's finally done it. And it's like the Ace of Pentacles for him. It's like now that everybody has gotten it, when you do something new or when you get back out there after being a little bit recluse or into yourself or just trying to separate yourself from the media, when you try to go back to the media, it's a bit shaky. It's a bit rough. You're testing out the waters, trying to figure out what you can do. Not what you can do, but how you can show up and how you're going to be received. And that's exactly what I see this Ace of Pentacles is as a block. All that struggle, all that worry, all the potentialities of just people maybe not understanding. There's many possibilities for why there was a mixed review. However, he in himself, outside of the shakiness, outside of the new beginnings, it's a new beginning. It's always going to be hard and it's always going to be rough. However, it's a bit shaky for him, and that could be a bit trepidatious for him. That might put him a little bit more, because I'm seeing night energy here, but they're two contrasting nights. I see the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, a really fast moving night and a really slow moving night. So the fact that I see that right here in this present moment, even though this Ace of Pentacles here shows up as a block, he himself feels like he was energetically on fire. He was going, he was in the zone, and he was feeling great, even though he might have been a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous, just feeling out the energy, all of that. Yes. But this Ace of Pentacles symbolized that it was something he took on with a purpose. He definitely came to that stage and he definitely thought this out before coming through. Even though it might look like he was just looking up random videos, he put some time, effort, and energy to think about this. And I've looked into some comments in the TikTok comment section on some of his videos, and it was one person specifically says the fact that he looked up the video beforehand is frying me, because YouTube shows you when you have already looked at a video. So it's like that just proves that he already knew what he was going to type in. Somebody was like, wow, he memorized the title. So it was like all those different things. He did the work to come here, even though it looks haphazard, even though it looks low energy. That's all Pentacles energy. Pentacles takes time to grow. He is the Nine of Pentacles. He was slowly unveiling himself, but it was a creative joy. It was like a blooming or a blossoming of a flower, but it's always not a beautiful process. So it's like I'm getting like a rebirth kind of energy with Justin Bieber. And that's exactly what I see here at his foundation, is that now that he has done this, it's like the Seven of Pentacles. He's just waiting to see how the same sentiment, just waiting to see how this is going to be received. Yeah, this is just day 1, day 2, and maybe going on day 3. So because of that, it's got to take some time to cycle. Maybe the second time around, because first time is always initial shock. Second time, you're a little bit more prepared and you know what you're coming for and know what you're going for. And then you're able to fully immerse yourself and enjoy the experience that he's trying to give you, that he's waiting for you guys to receive, to be able, because everything he's doing out of love. The Lovers is here. He loves his fans. He loves what he does as an artist. That's why the Lovers is here. Then we see a whole lot of Pentacles, which is all about his career, about his finances, but also all about the material things that he can gain in life. And that's the things that he gains, the joys, the beauty of creating music, the beauty of being able to translate how he feels emotionally into a song, being like all the beautiful things that it comes being an artist. Justin Bieber definitely enjoys that process, and he takes it to the soul, literally. So therefore he puts a lot of heart, soul, love, sweat, tears into his music. It's so heartfelt. It's so him. And because of that, I see here the Knight of Wands is that's where all this creative energy is. But that's right now. And like I said, it's a bit topsy-turvy. We got to really, for real, see this out, maybe a week, maybe even after the second performance, because then they're going to compare the two after Coachella too, so weekend two. So you got to think about that too. So we got to let this settle down for like at least a good month before we can fully see the fruits and the labor that he did, before people finally come around and start thinking about it. And I love some of the comments that were under there saying that Justin Bieber was just having fun, that he just wanted to hang out with us. It's when you do something new, when you do something different, when you're the first, it's always going to be rough. So because of that, none of us has ever seen anybody do this before, especially for a concert. And fans are feeling like, well, if you was going to play your music off of YouTube and sing along, I could have done that at my house. So because of that, they're just feeling as though he was disconnected when he was way more connected than I feel like they were really absorbing in that moment. However, that's just me talking from the cards, and I wasn't even there. That's just the energy that I get, and just the love that went into thinking about this. 30 songs is a lot. First off, 90 minutes is a lot to figure out what you're going to do. And I'm sure he didn't sing all of them to their full completion during that time on top of that. So because of that, you just got to think about all the wait times, looking up, typing in, that all had to be accumulated into the 90 minutes. So it's not like everything got played. And he made it not only just about music and singing, but he also made it about memes. He made it about his lows. Hey, he was willing to laugh at himself. He was like, you remember this time when I walked into a door? Up there it is again. So because of that, he could laugh at himself, and he was willing to literally show you. No celebrity is willing to get that raw, that vulnerable, to laugh at themselves on stage, show themselves being an embarrassment, being imperfect, being less than a perfect celebrity. So because of that, Justin Bieber was really willing to show his rawness and who he is, and he was really vulnerable that night. And I feel like this is the new Justin Bieber that we are seeing, and we're just going to have to get used to seeing, which is that Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, because that Nine of Pentacles is almost at the Ten of Pentacles, but his life doesn't feel as crowded, and it doesn't feel like he needs to fill up space, or that he needs space to fill up. He's feeling pretty content. He's enjoying what he's enjoying. You're going to love it if you love it. You're going to hate it if you're going to hate it. He's learning to not take things so seriously and just let it brush off his shoulders. So because of that, he has evolved, grown, and maybe more matured in that sense. And we see all of that acclimating at this Coachella event. So because of that, let's just pull some cards to see how's Justin Bieber feeling receiving this backlash. Okay, well, he's feeling a sense of, well, it says run, which is all about a sense of urgency and that he needs to move and do something. It could be a fact that he's feeling restless within inside of himself because of the way the fans, I don't want to say miss the message, but sometimes you got to think about like Pisces. He's a Pisces, and they can be very not aloof, but too spiritual or too deep for their own good kind of sense. So because of that, it's like almost drowning in his truth, his reality, and how he's feeling. And music is a sort of sense of escape for him. So because of that, he was like he was running back to, even though he was running away from the stage, it's like he was running back to the stage just to see you guys and to be with you guys again. It's not like he just did this because he needs money. We know his wife is bringing in the ka-ching. So because of that, allegedly, it's how fans want to look at that. So because of that, it's not like Justin Bieber and his wife are out here struggling for funds, scrounging around, and that he's just doing this because Haley says you need to go out there and work. But it's all about the same sentiment that I got last time is exposure therapy, where you do things to help yourself overcome your fear. That's why I'm like, he's like, it's like that tug of war of running away but running back. So because of that, let's see how he feels returning back to music outside of how the fans are reacting. Oh, speaking of a back and forth, what came up for Justin Bieber, how he's feeling on this return inwardly, he's just feeling a weight, a sense of resistance. It's like something within inside of himself is feeling, I like this, having determination and effort, because it doesn't always have to mean like a resistance, like something's coming up against your happiness and what you're trying to manifest. What I actually see here on the flip side is that for the weight inside of Justin Bieber is that he has this determination, this effort all bottled up, cooped up inside of him, and he's trying to translate that into music. He's trying to allow you to see who he is on the inside outwardly, but he has these tugs of wars within inside of himself. That, am I being too much? If I'm giving too much of myself, is anybody gonna like this? So, like they say, we are always our hardest critics. And sometimes I feel like Justin Bieber could be a little bit too harsh on himself, just because of the way media and the way he's been tampered with, I'll say, throughout the years. So it's like a broken, wounded Justin Bieber we see in front of us. But as I also said, it's like a sense of he's healing and he's learning to become one with himself, and learning that his strengths, his weaknesses can also be his strengths as well when he can work them right. So with that being said, I'm gonna just pull one more card to see how is Justin Bieber feeling about making an album. Okay. Wow. How does he feel about making an album? We see cold, like that's chilled, that's on ice. I'm not thinking about doing an album, making no grand return. It just seemed like this Coachella experience was just something for him to dip his toes back into what it's like being Justin Bieber again. I want to know just one thing before I hop off is, has Justin Bieber yeah, that's the best way I gotta say it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Has Justin Bieber processed his legacy and who he is today? A bridge. And I really like that because it symbolizes a transition and a journey, which is all that this Coachella Bieberchella was all about. It was the Justin Bieber experience. We got to see the journey, the evolution, the growth of Justin Bieber throughout the years, from baby Justin Bieber when he got discovered less than a decade or over a decade ago, to the Justin Bieber we see before us today. And that decade almost eerily reminds me of the number 9. And if we want to think about it, 9 plus the ace, which is a 1, makes a 10. So that just shows you how this Coachella experience, even though like I said, that weight, that inner resistance, that determination to do this, to think outside the box, to get creative, all comes from an inner drive within inside of himself to connect back to music. However, at the same time, when it comes to actually fully committing to music, to fully give himself, given his history and his past, he's not fully sure if he's ready to give all of that without truly losing himself in the process again. It's like he doesn't have that trust within inside of himself, and that's what that Wade energy is. And that's why I see cold here when it says, how does he feel about making an album? It's like, don't push me too quickly before I'm ready. Just let me get myself acclimated. And then we see the bridge here is that he's on a journey and he's still healing, and that he's just taking us along with us on the journey. He didn't have to do that for Coachella. We didn't have to see this vulnerable side of Justin Bieber, at least the way I'm seeing it. So because of that, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Justin Bieber and his Coachella performance, which was YouTube themed, retro themed. It was 90 minutes, over 30 songs, and it was all good times, laughs, bops, just all of that was at the Justin Bieber show. So with that being said, please subscribe if you have subscribed already and become a beautiful sunflower and spread all those beautiful sunflower seeds all over this earth, because A, do we definitely need it, but B, spread your beautiful positivity seeds for people like Justin Bieber or anybody who is trying to see the brighter side of other things. That being said, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. How did you feel about this reading about Justin Bieber and Coachella? What were your thoughts about Coachella? And with that being said, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe. And you know what I say before I hop off. Hype us up. Subscribe to us. Hey, and I'll see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.